Welcome back to another Mind on Mic podcast. I'm your host, Shubs, here with a very special guest in the building, Tuhira Wana, also known as the new gag all across the socials. Hey, doesn't mind the rocks and doesn't mind talking about how proud he is about the rocks. And also the son of a Mongol mob, who also doesn't mind talking about his gay son. Now, what's good, my cousin? How's things, my brother? Hey.
Things are well. Things are well. I'm back home at the moment in Wellington. But you know, things are well.
Yeah, the windy
it is pretty windy, but I've noticed that the heat is a lot better now. Like it's barely raining anymore. Well, that's what I think anyway. It's barely raining, whereas before I'd come home and it was raining every day. We get quite a bit of sun over here now in Wellington.
Oosh, that's it. For anybody that doesn't know, know here, where'd you come from? Where'd you grow up? Give us a little backstory, my cousin, if you can.
I am from the King Country. My dad's from the King Country. Maniapoto. But we grew up in a little town in Wellington called Pomare, which is where my dad lived. And we sort of left Pomare and we came to a place called Stokes Valley. So I've grown up in Stokes Valley my whole life. I went to school both here in Stokes Valley and also in Pomare as well, because the suburbs are just right next to each other. But yeah, I grew up here. And yeah.
Yeah, solid. And what's the age, cousin? We don't reveal that.
No, we do. I am 28, which I just found out the other day, because my other friend that I went to school with, she's also 28, and I was telling her that I'm 27, and she said to me, I was telling her I'm 27, and she said, "You're not 27, you're 28." And I said, "No, I'm 27." And she said, "What year were you born in?" And I said, 1996. And she goes, "You're 28. So we had to calculate it, because I always get my age wrong. But I've been 28 since February the 4th. And I only just figured that out about a week ago."
Because, you know what's funny about that? I find funny because Mumsy, brother, when when we got together, I told her my age, and this and that, and then she seen my 21st key, and then she goes, "You lied to me," and I was like, "Huh?" And then I thought I was a certain age because I never really bothered, didn't have birthdays or anything, so I didn't really worry about it. And then she understands now, but at the time she was like, "What the hell? You told me?" So I thought I was a year younger than I was, same like you.
Yeah, no. All year last year I was telling everybody that I'm pretty sure I was telling them I was 26. So I'm not sure how we got here, but I'm 28.
28. That's it. What was it like growing up in Stokes Valley and Pomare, brother? What was life like for yourself growing up those days?
For myself, it was. I don't really have any complaints. I'm a strong believer in, and you sort of are who you are for a reason, kind of thing. But growing up, it's obviously two low economic suburbs, and you mentioned before, I'm a gang affiliated because of who my dad is. But it was very, I guess, gang culture, very but the way that I perceive gang culture to be is different to how everybody on the outside perceives it to be, because everyone can only perceive it to be negative and whatever because of I guess the media, all of the stories that get made up and stuff like that. But to me, it's all I've ever known. And family, very family orientated, kids come first. Growing up here, though, is I wouldn't have changed it for the world. I'm very grateful for my upbringing. Very, very humble beginnings.
Yeah.
I'm one of 13, so
you're the 13
things. I know.
Where do you sit in that? Because number 5.
Yeah, I'm number 5 and the oldest boy. I've got 4 older sisters, 4 younger sisters, and 4 younger brothers.
Oh.
Yeah. So
is this all mum and dad, or was this dad? Was your dad like my dad? Because my dad got heaps of kids, the different ones there.
Well, mum and dad have 8 together, and then dad has 3 to his partner.
Yeah.
Mum has 2 to her partner. But then if I tell everyone that I have 13 siblings so that I don't confuse anybody.
Okay.
But really, we've got an additional 5 bonus siblings as well.
Yeah, up to 18. The 18 or Yeah.
I'm not good with math.
Yeah, let's count in the rocks, my brother.
Yeah. Yeah, it's always been a humbling experience. Growing up a part of a big family.
Wait, what happened to the audio? Hold on. Hold up, cuz I'll just pause it there because I can't. Right. I don't know what happened. Sorry, my brother. 2 seconds. Right. All right, back in the building. A few technical difficulties, but I think we were on how many siblings you had and how you don't know math that good. But yeah, all good. So, speaking on that gang life and how it was different for you, cuz, like as opposed to how outsiders see it, can you quote it on that a bit more? Oh snap!
Are we back? Can you hear me?
Oh yeah, we back, brother. Sorry, did you cut out there?
Yeah, I think I cut there then. I thought it was still you,
sweet.
But
no, all good. I was just saying that we were speaking on growing up gang life and how it's different to you than it's perceived to a lot of people on the outside or media. Stuff like that. Can you speak on why that is for you, or why you see it that way?
I think because obviously I was raised on the inside, and then everybody else that has an opinion on the outside.
Yeah.
Sometimes the gangs already have, not the greatest track record, so they've already built sort of like a bad perception of themselves, just because of everything, criminal, all of that stuff. But for me, it was I wouldn't change it for the world. I grew up with all my Mongo Mob cousins, all my Mongo Mob uncles. I'm very, very close to them, and to this day we're still.
Oh, sorry, my bad.
You're right.
Was there ever a stage in life where you wanted to be? Did you want to be a mobster when you were a kid, or?
Of course. Yeah, I was just like any other standard kid who wanted to be like their dad when they grow up. And obviously, my dad did drum that into me from a very, very young age. He was a long-time supporter prior to me even being born. So when I did come along, he obviously got his son, his number one son. Unfortunately for him, things took a little bit of a different route. Didn't come out to be exactly what he wanted me to be, but he's definitely proud of me and stuff. But yeah, I definitely wanted to be that. In fact, I was like 7, I think. I was 7 years old when my dad walks in with a little patch, and it was like wrapped up in a clear bag. And I remember thinking, "Oh my god, this is the best day of my life," because obviously I just wanted to be my dad. My mum, she's not gang affiliated. She was just a mob wife. You know how it goes.
Yeah.
Along those 8 children that they had together. But my mum was like, "No, he's not having that. You're not giving that to him." And my mum wore the pants. And I always say, my mum's the real gangster. My dad just walks in her shadow. Because my mum truly is the bestest. But she's more private. She's a more reserved type of person. So my mum was wearing the pants and she said, "He's not wearing a patch." So my dad was like, "Well, I can't give it to you." So he gave it to our dog, and we had a bulldog at the time, and her name was Fats, Fatty girl, and he gave it to. Oh no, it was Law. Actually, we had another dog, Law. He gave it to our dog, Law. So yeah.
There you go. Yeah, shout out to mum then, brother. You see, like mum's more private. Are you still close to this day, you and mum?
She's my best. I'm here. I every time I come home, I go with my mum. Yeah. I don't put her on social media because she prefers it to be that way. But I'm a mummy's boy through and through, 1000%. Always staying with her when I come home. No one says that because it's my dad that likes to be that doesn't mind being on the camera, whereas I like to keep my mum a little bit more private because that's the way she likes to do it, I guess.
Yeah, sort of. And so this is 8 years old. And did you decide then that you didn't want to be, or did you still want to be even growing up teenager and that?
I still wanted to be.
Yeah.
Always repped it my whole life. You know, wore the red bandanas and all of that stuff. But I knew I was different. I knew I was different. You know, I had seen all my cousins that were my age, all my boy cousins. I knew they were all going to be in the Mongol mob. I knew that the next step for them in life is going to be, you are going to be a Mongol mob member. I obviously didn't see that for myself for very obvious reasons. And yeah, changed my mind. Probably, before I started intermediate.
Okay.
Because I started to learn a bit more about myself.
Yeah.
Changed my mind, and then just let life take me wherever it was going to take me. Doesn't matter where I went, I always had my Mongol mob family, who are my family, with me, you know, forever.
When you talk about changing, like, you know, like change your mind, or what started to change around intermediate in that?
It was more just, I knew that I was different.
Yeah.
I knew I was different. And I knew that I was interested in different things. And I'm not saying specifically men. I mean, I had different interests. I had different hunger for certain things.
We're still not talking about men when you say hunger? No,
I mean, that's still relevant, definitely. But in this specific case, this specific scenario, I just mean I was hungry for a lot more. You know, I wanted more.
Yeah, more than just to be a gang member and all of that kind of stuff.
Yeah. But in turn, that I knew that's where I was never going to end up anyway. You know, I wanted to see the world. I wanted to. Dad never put any pressure on me or anything like that.
Oh, that's cool.
Well and truly, just whatever I wanted, he was fully in support of that.
Well, that's cool that he didn't put any pressure on you. Like, and when you say see the world, where were some other countries that you wanted to visit, and have you visited any of them so far?
I only ever thought about Australia.
Okay, well, we done that, huh?
Yeah, I only ever thought about Australia, and I think I just knew that I was, like, when I was young, I used to think to myself, I'm pretty sure I'm supposed to be famous. And that's not even a lie. I was like, I don't know what I'm supposed to be famous for. And that's still yet to come, by the way. But
yeah.
I don't know what I'm supposed to be famous for, but I have the personality of a famous person. I'm not even kidding. I was like 11, calm down. I was like, I could be famous, and I don't know what I'm going to be famous for yet, but I'm going to get there. And this is how my mind works. I just knew I was destined for greater things. I knew I was destined to make lots of money somehow, some way.
Yeah.
And yeah.
And you're on that journey to getting there, cuz you're on the journey to getting there. What was that? Did you know from a young age though that you liked? When speaking on the men part, did you know from a young age that you liked the men, or did you into aunties first, or?
No, I've had girlfriends and stuff, but I was probably. I don't think there's not really a time where I'm like, I think I'm gay. I think for me, it's been my whole entire life. I truly think, I mean, before me, I had 4 older sisters. You know, before all my brothers were born, I had 4 older sisters. Which meant that I was surrounded by them. I was surrounded by women. I was raised by very, very strong women. Because, you know, Dad was in and out of jail, or he was up the line stealing cars, or he was wherever he was, doing whatever he was doing. I was raised by my mum and her friends, her bestest friends, who are my very, very close aunties today. And also my sisters. So being around that feminine energy, it sort of rubbed off on me, I guess.
Okay.
But I remember, I think I was like, honestly, like 6 or 7.
Yep.
When I remember looking at a boy, and I remember thinking, I think I like him. Or he's cute. Or something. You know what I mean?
No. He was there for
I actually remember his name.
Can we get a first name or not?
No. where I'm from is way too small. And
oh yeah, no, I can't explain. All good,
everyone knows
brother.
everyone. Kind of, he ended up,
shout out to him anyway. No.
Well, funny story. I ended up being very close with his brother, his little brother. Not like that, just close friends. And then he ended up going out with my cousin as we got older. So,
like your girl cousin or boy cousin?
My girl cousin, yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, no, then we definitely can't say.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
that's it. Yeah.
So I'd rather keep that in private because he doesn't know. But I remember looking at him and I remember thinking, you're really attractive. And I don't know what I was feeling at that time because I was like 6 years old or something, 6, 7.
Yeah. But you remember the feeling either. You remember that time being like, did you think of girls that way at the top before that or up to then?
Yeah. But I think it was the societal pressure, I would call it, because that's what was normal, right? That's what society perceived to be normal. So naturally, society pushed me into thinking that was what I have to like, or I have to look at these girls, or I have to have a girlfriend, you know. Everyone around me would be like, have you got a girlfriend at school? You know how you do that to your nieces and nephews. Do you have a girlfriend?
Yeah.
Well, I obviously had that pressure as well. But I
don't think about that as being a pressure. That's interesting. Just that little that little line. Yeah, you're right. I guess.
Yeah. I mean, obviously it's normal. We know that much, but for somebody who is experiencing different emotions internally, it was. I would say that it was pressure. You know, it was societal pressure that because every other boy is supposed to like a girl. That means I'm supposed to. So who do I like? You know what I mean? And then going through college and stuff, I did have girlfriends, you know, went out with my sister's friends, slept with my sister's friends, all of that stuff.
Oh, true. Like you. Oh, so you've been in the mouth and everything.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. And none of it was forced either. None of it was forced.
Okay.
Just what I was feeling, I guess.
What are we talking? Like, are you a teen? How old are you at this time?
I'm a teen. I'm somewhere between, probably from 13, because I went to an all-boys Maori boarding school, you see. So it was even more societal pressure.
Yeah.
And again, it wasn't forced. It was because it was the normal. That's sort of how it is, you know. So I going to school at an all-boys Maori boarding school from 13, but I'd say that I was probably seeing having girlfriends and doing all of that stuff from like 13 to maybe 15.
Okay. And what happens at 15? Do you decide?
Well, at 15, I started going out with my friend's boyfriend.
How does that happen, Cuz?
Oh, it was just an accident.
What do you mean? Take us through the journey. How does that?
Oh. No, it sort of just happened. It truly just randomly.
Oh, so there wasn't like a lead up. There wasn't like, you know, I see you looking at me every time.
You cut out.
Oh, so there was.
Was that me or was it you?
I don't know. It might be me. Hold on. I'll just use my data because I have to change to the phone. I'll just use my data.
You're right.
Data. Yeah, I'll just use the data. Cuz should be good. All right. Can you see me now? Good. Hear me? All good? Yeah. So take us on that journey, cuz like there wasn't a moment. There wasn't like I see you looking at me like heaps of times next minute.
Nah, it started off as flirtatious text messages, and I jumped on it, pretty much.
Oh, he started it off.
Yeah, he initiated it.
Oh, true.
And he was 2 years older than me, I think. Yeah, he was 2 years older than me.
Maori?
Yes, Maori. I'm like.
Do you have a flavor? Was there a flavor like, or you just?
I think, right. I do have a flavor, but I have different flavors. So I do feel like short-term white boys, long-term ethnic.
Oh, okay. Why ethnic? Is it like the understanding of culture and all that kind of stuff? Or is it
100%? Like you be with white boys and stuff, and you don't want to have to explain why you have to go in there and peel the potatoes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Or why they can't bring McDonald's over just for themselves and they have to feed you know.
Yeah. Perfect example. Why you can't just do that, you know. Teaching those things should come naturally in an ethnic person's opinion. But to a little bit more of an uncultured white person, it's not as normal. And I don't want to be teaching that.
But I think there's so many different nuances in that whole, like in what we just grow up with is, I guess, our, you know, tikanga or kawa, we grow up like knowing the stuff. It's just innate in us, right? There's a lot of shit that, like, those are just 2 examples or 3 examples, but there's so many more that you're right. You have to teach. Exactly. And it's a constant too. Yeah, I understand. I mean, shout out to all our Palangi brothers, but for a good time though, for a good gag, yeah.
Yeah, for short term, absolutely my preference, but long term, sorry, babe, definitely somebody ethnic.
Okay. And you don't even care what the ethnic is, like you don't like, not really fussed, or
no, not really fussed, because I think culture is very important to me, so it doesn't really matter, because as long as you're very connected to your own culture, big family vibes, all of that stuff, that's what would, I guess, interest me.
Are you is there anything on the go at the moment, or are you just a free spirit at the moment, just going through the winds?
It's a little bit, how should I answer this? I need to answer this carefully.
Okay, yeah. Answer it carefully. Casta, get us in. Oh, not trying to get you in trouble, yeah?
Yeah. Yes and no. And that's the short answer, because definitely been seeing somebody for a number of years.
Yeah.
It's just extremely toxic.
That's enough. All good.
Yeah, very toxic.
Up the toxic.
So, I will say yes, I am still amongst this toxicity, but also sort of a free spirit at the same time. So even more toxic.
Yeah, but that's your journey, cuz. That's your journey. But back to the friends. Is she a close friend of yours? This friend's boyfriend?
She was a close friend. I would say she would still be today, but we sort of drifted apart naturally from changing schools, moving to Australia, all of that stuff.
So she was even after that. Like, was everyone aware of this happening, or was she aware that this happened?
Only a very close group of people knew that this was happening.
Okay.
It wasn't public, no.
So this is your first ever experience with a guy,
no.
No. Oh, okay.
No, definitely not my first experience. My first experience was, I think I was 12. I think.
Oh, okay. Well, but not like Uncle Bully stuff, or was?
No.
Oh.
Definitely consensual. But then I had this weird sort of relationship from. This is exclusive information, by the way. Not a lot of people know.
Exclusive. That's cool.
From the age between like 13 and 18.
Mm-hmm.
I was actually seeing, like, when I was 13, I was actually seeing a 30-year-old, or 28, 29. But he never knew that I was underage. When I was 13, I told him I was 18, because I've always been quite tall.
Yeah, okay.
Broad.
No. You can get away with that.
Make myself look older, you know?
Yeah.
And also, I was raised pretty well, so mentally I felt older as well. So when I was 13, I was going out with a 28, 29-year-old who Thought
Was
I was
he Maori?
18. No, he wasn't. He was white.
Oh, was that where you decided long term not the way?
Probably.
Yeah.
Trauma, no.
Trauma.
But he never found out that I was about my real age until I turned 18. So for 5 whole years. Yeah, for 5 whole years. And the reason why he cut me off completely was because I told him the truth.
Oh, and that's it. You've never spoken to him since, or?
Never spoken to him since. I remember his home number by heart still.
Yeah. Give it a call out. Yeah. Got it on the phone there. Give it a call. No.
I was. I remember everything about him. He had his own apartment in town. There were signs where I thought that he knew. He would have had to know. He had to pick me up all the time. I couldn't drive out there. I didn't even know how to drive. He had to pick me up. When did I start driving? I think I was like 19. Ew.
Okay.
He had to come pick me up, take me out to the city. But yeah, he was when I told him, and he thought my name was Zion.
Oh, Zion! Why did you pick that one?
I have no idea. No clue. I thought my name was Zion. I didn't tell him the truth. I told him my real name, how old I was, and about who my dad is when I actually turned 18. Okay. And it was just randomly on the way home. I told him the truth. And he was so disgusted because obviously he was like seeing a minor. He was so absolutely disgusted that he, despite the 5 years of history, not that we were doing anything more than but I wasn't planning on being.
What do you mean more?
Well, we weren't doing anything relationship. It was strictly
okay. It was just pumps.
Yeah.
How does that work too? Cause being a fellow this not takatapui, I guess. What's like? Do you give it to the bro? You give it to each other? How does that work?
I'm more of the bro gives it to me. I like that.
Okay. Yeah. So you like to receive more, but
yeah, because okay. I like to think that I'm the female. Nah, I like.
That's that.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's my preference anyway. But it's different everywhere. Like.
Also, some dudes you give it sometimes or not? Like.
Yeah. 100%.
Oh.
But I have a very, very, very specific type.
Oh, can we put that out there or nah?
Yeah.
What's that? What's the specific type there if you're gonna give it to them?
Oh, if I'm gonna give it to them. Sorry, no, I thought you were talking about.
Oh no. Sorry. Oh, what do you mean? Your specific type and which way?
And just in general, which is the men that I like are the men who you wouldn't have no idea that they like boys or that they're
true
undercover. They're the boys that you'd look at and you'd look at them and you would have no idea.
Can you sniff those out? Do you just know that you're one of those? You got the
absolutely
the sixth sense?
1000%. And obviously, like a huge part of that means that they have to sort of be the initiators. They have to initiate something.
Oh, okay.
Make somebody think that this is what they want. They have to know what they want and they have to initiate it. And you've just got to pick up on the signs, you know?
Ooh.
But I've never, I'll put it this way. Being somebody who's gay and stuff and having access to like Grindr and stuff like that, it's so easy to get. It's so easy, unbelievably easy. But I mean, they're just discreet, you know. They just prefer to be discreet and be kept a secret, I guess.
Yeah.
Pretty fucking toxic, especially if you want long term. But you just have to. Well, I found that training my brain to not expect anything long term definitely helps. But yeah, that's what I was saying. Put it this way, I've never probably. We won't go into body counts and stuff like that, but I would say mine's pretty fucking high.
No judgment.
Out of that very high body count, probably 2 of them, you could tell that they were gay. All of the rest of them.
Oh, true.
Yeah, absolutely. All of the rest of them were straight acting, at least. I had girlfriends, married, got kids, whatever.
I know we're not going to get into it, and you can tell me, Carl. But are we saying, like, when you say high, are we talking like more than 2,000 or nah?
Well, I'll be 100% honest. I have no idea.
Ah,
no idea.
Yeah.
I think 2,000 is a bit of a roughly high number, though.
I was trying to get really
like,
I thought really
high. You didn't want to start in your hundreds? No.
No, because you know what? Because I remember this documentary I watched about this was a lady, but it was about she worked at a brothel, and her, like, they averaged her body count to be like 5,000 and something. I was like, holy rick. But anyway, so I just thought, you know, since you're not a brothel worker, we'll go.
Yeah. No, but I will say it's, being in this type of scene, and I've actually, look, being in this team, it is very easy to get. Whereas I feel like heterosexual relationships, men and women, I mean, some men, and this is just from my own personal stories that I've heard, whatever, some men, what was I going to say? Some men prefer to just, in those spaces, the men have to try a little bit harder with the woman. You know, they have to wine and dine or whatever. Get to know them a little bit more, you know, before they take them home to bed. Whereas it's very straightforward. It is very cutthroat. And straight to the point. I'm on Grindr also. My whole face is on Grindr. You can see that it's me. Everybody knows it's me. And let's be real, everybody knows, in my community at least, who the fuck I am, right? I'm not ashamed whatsoever. If somebody messages me, it's very straight to the point. I've met guys who also tell me, like, oh, I'm not gay. And I'm like, that's fine. But I'm just horny. You know? So...
Is that true? Is that real though? Like, from your perspective, is that, like, are you gay, or is that just as horny just a thing? You're not. That's not.
Okay. So everyone has a different perspective of
this. Well, what's yours? But
for me, I believe it. I truly think that some people are just horny. Some guys are just horny. They don't have to be gay. They just want a sexual interaction. Sometimes they won't even, you know, they won't kiss. I don't know, but that's my opinion. My opinion is that they're just horny. I mean, obviously, if they're getting with men, there's some sort of suspicious activity going on there. You may be a little bit gay, but I truly believe that some men can just be horny. When they relieve themselves, they're just like, okay, I like girls. But it's real. It's real weird. It's a real weird thing. It's a real weird thing to understand, I guess, and I guess see it from my perspective. But also, I'm a believer in it is what it is. If you are gay, you're gay. If you're not, then you're not. But
whatever.
If you're sleeping with men on the regular because it's easier, that's what men have said to me. They said to me, it's just easier to get a blowjob. It's easy.
Like what you said, you don't have to wine and dine or anything. It's just straight to the point.
Straight to the point. I will miss. I mean, we won't go on Grindr. It's very much like, do you want a blowjob? Do you want to fuck? That's the first message. Yes, no, whatever it is.
Yeah.
It's very, very straightforward, and people just like fuck with it. And the guys that I like to talk to,
they hook you up though. They hook you up some fucking handbags or some shit or what? Or they just or you just out there giving free blowies, cuz.
But most of the time, I will lovingly admit that definitely free blowies.
But you just enjoy it though, eh? That's your
because it's my lifestyle. It's my lifestyle. That's what I enjoy. The ones that give you handbags and stuff like that, they're a lot older, and you don't you don't have to do anything with them. You just have to make them feel important.
But I've heard that too from like even the sisters that like work in the sex industry, and then like a lot of the old people that give them heaps of shit. They don't even fucking want anything. It's just talk to me. Heaps of them like that.
They just want company. Yeah. They just want somebody to talk to. They want somebody to offload to. They want somebody to take out and wine and dine because that's what gets them off. And with that comes money. They give you money, you know. But it comes down to preference, I suppose. My preference on Grindr, because on Grindr, this is how I spot out a straight man. Because obviously, if you're going to put your full face on Grindr, you're obviously not scared. You know that you're gay. That you're not hiding from anybody. Yep. I like to talk to the people with no profile pictures because that tells me they're hiding something. So if they're hiding something, I'm like, okay, you either got a wife, you're not gay, you got a girlfriend, you got kids, I'm gonna message you. For real. And the other ones, I mean, there's an option on Grindr where you can send an expiring photo. So when you do ask for a photo, be like, can you send me a photo of your face? They'll send you an expiring photo that you can't screenshot. Like, it's a lot more discreet. It'll last for 3 seconds. You'll never see it again.
Like Clapper, eh?
I don't know what that is.
Oh, it's like another. It's like a no. It's like a.
Oh, but is it like TikTok?
Live.
It's like TikTok.
Yeah, it's like TikTok, but it's but you can't. You can go put them into different you can put them in this thing and then they can't screenshot it. Like you can put them into like a live that's private and they can't.
Yeah, that's like this one.
That's like you can go smoke some deck or whatever. Yeah. Shout out to the cousins on there smoking the deck. Some clever sessions. Oh yeah, nice. But going back to this guy, you know, the guy that you had when you were 13. How did you meet that fella? How does that come about?
I've never actually said this out loud, but yes. Back in the day, there was this app called. Was it
an app? How long have apps been around for?
Oh, wait. Okay, so maybe not. Well, I was going to say it was Scout, if anybody remembers Scout. But then I'm thinking, what kind of phone did I have in 2009?
Oh, yeah, it would have been apps were around back then. Just they came out around this.
I'm pretty sure I had a flip-top Samsung.
Oh.
No. Yeah, sorry, because you don't even need an app. Sorry, back then you don't need an app. It was sort of like Zeus, so you could just go into Safari, whatever. It was called www back then. Yeah. And I'm pretty sure it was Scout. It was either Scout or Zeus. And the only reason why I had a profile was because me and my friends used to muck around on it. We used to me and my cousin, actually, we used to pretend to meet up with people, get people to come over to your house, and we'd watch them outside the door. My cousin was older, she's much older than me. So she'd talk to them.
This is your cousin's fault,
yeah, and then we'd be standing at the window watching this person go and meet up with somebody, but we're laughing because I knock on the door asking for that person and nobody's there, you know?
Yeah.
So we met on one of either Zeus or Scout.
Yeah, one of those. Oh,
yeah.
True.
And I was 18 on my profile.
Yeah, obviously you were 18. Yeah. And I was obviously 18. And we were 23 when you broke up.
Yeah. I literally, well, obviously we weren't in a relationship, but he taught me a lot. He taught me a lot mentally, physically, everything. Lee.
Like examples.
Sexually, obviously, he taught me a lot.
Some tricks,
yeah, a lot. A lot. Everything I know is because of him.
Oh.
But I mean, think about it. I was learning it from the age of 13 on a very regular basis. You know, that was very it was a privilege to me, really, because I got to learn about myself sexually and what I was into and stuff like that. So he taught me a lot, and he never rushed me. He was very he made me feel very, very comfortable, which I think was a plus. So yeah, he taught me a lot in that, but he also taught me a lot of personal life skills, the value of money. He taught me a lot over those 5 years.
Right. That's weird, because he doesn't know your, for me, I'm I just think your pedophilia is just yuck, but it's just weird because you said you lied to him, but then
I lied to
him.
He had, and I know that he had no idea, because the moment I told him, I did not see him again, ever again after that, because he was so disgusted in the fact that he just spent 5 years with a 13-year-old.
Well, not 5 years with a 13-year-old, but yeah, started
5 years with somebody who was 13.
Fuck, let's clear that up, guys.
18.
Yeah. With a teenager, all the way through. Mine,
He was a very, very respectful man. And about a year into it as well, he started, because obviously I went off to boarding school. I got expelled 9 months in, I think.
Yep.
But when I came back, I continued to see him. So when I say I saw him across the 5 years, I saw him on a regular basis more when I came back from Hatupara.
Hatupara.
And
what was that like, cuz Hatupara? Like, what was that experience being, obviously you already had experience of guys before and then being around boys every day. Like, nah. No action there or some?
Oh, definitely action. But I'll tell you this. I chose, my cousins went to Hatupara, but I actually chose to go to Hatupara. My sisters went to the Maori girls boarding school in Martin, Turakina. And so it was my turn to go to school, and I was like, well, I'm going to go to Hatupara. But that for me, and this is the honest truth, was I wanted to be around boys. I wanted to know, I wanted to see, okay, maybe I can truly and honestly, maybe I can be a real man, maybe I can go there. I'm around boys a lot. I can come back and I'll start acting like a boy. I'll start thinking like a boy. But I went there and it was too easy for me to be gay. Way too easy. So I met a lot of people. Nobody fucked with me because I was crazy, but also because of who my dad is, but also because I had everybody knew who my cousin was. My other cousin had friends in the 7th form who she told them about me just to sort of look out for me, blah blah blah. But I was a pretty fucking loose unit. I was I was having fights left, right, and center. And then I got expelled for bullying and theft.
How's that? Because have you had through life, obviously, like you said, you're being a gay man. have you been in situations where have you been in many where you had to dong people, like either as an adult and stuff like that? Got a story for us? Someone trying to step to you thinking you ain't about their life?
I do. I have a lot, actually. Nice. And it's because I think one thing about me, one thing that I like to remind people is that I was a hood rat first.
Yeah.
And being a hood rat means that you were raised to protect yourself in these fucking streets. And being gay was a separate challenge for me, because not only was I gay, and I was obviously going to be facing a lot more confrontational moments than some of my other cousins. But I was also, to put it plain and simple, tough. I could stick up for myself. I can rumble. You know what I mean? I could. Yep. If anybody, one thing about me, I used to hate the word faggot and homo. Okay. Those two words used to trigger the fuck out of me. So anyone in my entire life that has ever called me a homo or a faggot has gone to hiding, because it's on site. But I think it's because my sisters grew me to be very, very resilient. My 4 older sisters were bullies. They were mean. They were everything. But I was the golden child. So 2 words to them. They were allowed to call me anything under the sun. They were allowed to do anything to me under the sun. They were never allowed to call me a homo or a faggot. Otherwise, it was fair game. My parents would say, fair game. Yes. So I grew up hitting my sisters because it was fair game. If they called me either of those 2 words, my mum knew it was fair game. I would just attack them. And which obviously led to my outside life. Anybody that would call me a faggot or a homo is getting a fucking hiding.
Yeah, but we're not just talking, just to clear that up. We're not just talking about outside life. You donging men out here, eh? Not just, you ain't just banging on ladies, eh? You
No,
like
just
men
my
that
sister.
called you. Yeah, just yeah, okay. People will be like, oh, that's bad enough, but people don't understand our dynamics out here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But you know what I mean? So,
no,
yeah,
I say it, and I say it loud and proud. My sisters would fuck me up, you know, especially the one older than me. And I had to protect myself from those bitches because they were mean. So, yeah. But no, I'm talking about the men, yeah. Story. Yeah, I'll tell this one. Yep. One time, wait, do you want it to be specifically targeted to like being gay or being called a faggot or something?
Whatever, brother, whatever. You go out. This is your story.
One thing about growing up and being gay is that people how would I put this? People underestimate you. Well, sorry, people underestimated me. And I guess my level of hood because I was just gay. But one time I was at this big party, all these future black powers.
Oh, the enemy.
All these future black powers were at the time, you know, the Crips and the Bloods back then, whatever they support. There was this one party that I went to, and one of these guys sort of like, he set me up, he tried to frame me for stealing this car. And the ironic thing about that is that I didn't know how to drive. I didn't know how to drive an auto, I didn't know how to drive a manual, and
at all.
I think I was 17. I'm pretty sure I was 17, nearly 18. I didn't know how to drive at all. And the way that he tricked me was, and by the way, this is somebody who knows my family and is very well aware of
who your dad is.
The dynamic.
Yep.
Yeah. He said to me, "Oh, can you get in the car? Can you reverse the car for me?" So I was like, okay. I thought it would be fun because we were drinking a little bit. I thought it'd be fun because I've never driven before. Let me try and reverse.
Literally never, at all.
Never.
Wow.
Yeah, never ever.
Yeah.
I tried to reverse it. It was a manual. I didn't know that you have to go like this. See, I still don't know how to drive. I knew you had to put it down in the bottom corner or something. Anyway, I went to go down in the bottom corner. It wouldn't move, right? So at this point, I'm just revving the car up. Then I hear somebody coming down the driveway saying, "Who the fuck is trying to steal my car?" So I was like, what the hell? So the guy who had initially asked me to get in the car and reverse it, he goes, it's him. So I get out of the front seat, I look up, and there's these three guys coming down the driveway, plus the guy standing next to me who had told me to get in the car. And I was like, I was trying to justify myself. I was like, no, I promise, I was not trying to steal your car. I don't even know how to drive your car. I don't even know how to drive. I wasn't trying to steal your car, blah, blah, blah. Then the owner of the car comes around to the driver's seat, and I'm standing with the door open because I just got out, and he pushes me. And one thing about me that triggers me is that you do not know who you're pushing. You wherever you are in the world, you don't know who you're fucking pushing. You don't know what they're going through. You don't know what they're about to do to you. So when he pushed me, that was, in my mind, super disrespectful because I was thinking, you're just pushing me out of nowhere without letting me tell my story. So I just started fucking him up.
Yep.
I started punching him. But the thing with me is that I can control my emotions really well. So because I was very, very angry, and it was more the disrespect for me. You don't know who I am. I know of you. You don't know who I am. Don't touch me. So anyway, I started beating him up. He runs around the car and he gets into the front seat of the car to get away from me. But the window was down. So I start punching him through the window. And and then he winds up the window, and then the back window was down. So I started punching him through the back window, and then I dragged his entire body out of the back window, because this is just how crazy I was. I dragged his whole body out of the back window. I started punching him some more. This other guy who I knew, because I grew up with him, we're from the same suburb, and he also used to go out with my sister. He comes up to me and he was trying to calm me down, but in my opinion, it was too aggressive. He was being too aggressive. So I started beating him up as well. While the other guy, who I just dragged out of the car, runs around to the driver's seat to try and drive off. So I start beating him, this other guy that got out of the car. I ripped his t-shirt off him. He got into the passenger seat, and then I turned around, and the guy that was behind me, who was the guy that framed me, he was tying up his shoelace. So I just uppercut him. And then I stood up, there was a whole circle of boys. Most of them I know. And I just remember being like, who wants a fucking fight?
Take these all on.
Yeah.
Let's go.
I was like, who's fucking next? Because they were all Crips.
Yeah.
They know that
Peace up.
One, they know who I am. Two, they know that I mean well and that I'm not a disrespectful person. But this person has just tried to find me. So the guy that tried to find me, I fucked him up again. And then that was the end of the story. I walked around the circle and I was like, do you want to fight? I asked them individually, do you want to fight? Except for one of them. One of them was my friend. And no one said anything. Not a single person said anything. But when I was talking about controlling my emotions, it was like no, sorry. Yeah, so it was like a flick of a switch. I was super, super angry. And then I was like, okay. And then I was back to being my gay self. You know? So I was like, okay, thanks, bye. So we carried on partying. I'm not even fucking kidding you. My sister was staying at the house in the corner because our friend lived there, right? The party was at the other corner. Small community vibes. My sister comes out. She couldn't stop me from going crazy. Anyway, I go back into the party in the garage. No shit. I'm standing there. I'm drinking. Yep, 17 drinking. Bright lights. I see bright lights driving up the driveway. Comes right up to the garage where we were partying. And I'm looking at this car and I'm thinking, the worst thing you could ever do to me is call my mum. My mum, it was 2 o'clock in the morning. My mum drives up with her high beams on to the party. Don't give a fuck. She gets out the car, drags me in the car. And I was looking at my sister and I was like, you're a bitch. You fucking bitch. Because my sister called my mum. And got dragged in the car and got taken home.
This is yeah. But I bet everyone in the neighborhood would have been talking about that, bro, giving everyone a dong.
I'm still talking about it today.
That's it. Well, you know what, too? Just on that, can I get a little shout out from my bro Stu? Because my bro Stu goes, when I was just talking to him literally just before I got on in between the episodes that I did before, and he was like, he goes, what happened to you? I was like, just about to go straight to another one. He's like, who? And I said, the bro, and then he was like, I knew that fella. But the bro looks like, even though he's gay, he'll give you a dong. So if we can get a shout out to the bro Stu, that'll be good, my cousin.
Shout out to the bro Stu. Crack up, because after what we've just talked about, true.
Exactly, true. That's what I mean.
But I'm a professional, by the way.
Yeah, of course.
I'm an HR professional now, so all of that.
That was back in the teenagers. This was back in the teens, brother. It's all good. HR professional now. HR and a BJ professional, brother. That's it.
That too.
Wait, how was it with your old man? Because like I know your old man, like on your content and that, like he has a laugh and then that. But like, how was he with it all? Like when you, because is there a moment when you actually say, "Hey, guys, I'm gay," or like was it just known?
It was known my whole life, but I do have it. So, yes, it was 100% known. My dad knew always. He didn't feel like I had to tell him. But this is how I came to be myself, fully 100% without any doubts. I can't remember how old I was, but I think I was maybe 14, 15. And I was driving in the car with him. I was in the passenger seat. He was in the front seat. And we drove past this guy. This is the first thing that comes to mind, because I've never had to be like, Dad, I'm gay. The first conversation we did have about it, though, is we were driving past the shops, and this guy walks out of the shop, and he said, oh no, I think we pulled up into the shop, and he said, the boy was about my age, and he said to me, do you like that boy? Do you think he's good looking? And I looked at him, the boy, and I looked at my dad, and I said, yeah, he's good looking. And then he's like, because you like boys, eh? And I was like, yeah. And he's like, see fucking hell.
All right.
Yeah, so I was like, I remember thinking, okay, so my dad knows. But also, he didn't, that was his, I guess, reassurance. He was getting his reassurance. He knew. My mum knew. It was my mum that was, my mum gave me a hiding.
Oh, true. So it's more the mum.
She didn't give me a hiding because of that. She gave me a hiding because she asked me if I was gay, and I said no.
Oh, you lied.
I lied, and she doesn't like liars. She doesn't like liars.
Oh,
she doesn't
true.
Like to cry. Because if you cry, you lie. So, because I was lying, she gave me not hiding, but she slapped me around a couple of times. Then I just told her.
True.
But yeah, after having that conversation with my dad, I almost felt free, because I was like, constantly being the son of a very reputable gang member, I always felt there was always this thing in the back of my mind where I was like, am I like an embarrassment because of who I am, you know? And him doing that to me gave me the reassurance that he loves me regardless. Because he gave me that reassurance, it allowed me to be whoever I wanted to be. It allowed me to be free, really. And yeah, that was a light bulb moment, because since then, it's just been laughter. Like, we make jokes. He always makes jokes about me being gay.
Yeah.
And that's our relationship, and I wouldn't change it for the world. I love it, and I'm so grateful. I'm so very grateful that he's this big-time gangster with a gay son.
Yeah, but gay proud of it.
Gay son or thought daughter, and he's got both. Nah.
Wait, what about the pedicure you fellas got the other day, or the other week, last week or whatever, the other week? That was pretty cool. That was
fun. See, and the other thing is, well, this is the first time us getting a pedicure. The other thing is people with froth our relationship. People love our relationship. They love the fact that I'm gay, and they love the fact that my dad's a gang member who is accepting. My dad's never ever shown me anything different my entire life. It's always been 100% love, without a doubt. He's never shown me anything different. The only difference now is that we're doing it in front of a camera. So the work is here, you know? So it's not, we don't have to put effort into it. We don't have to try, because it's nothing normal, or nothing out of the ordinary, because we've been doing it my whole entire life, being this way. It's just, we're recording it now because people seem to love it. So yeah, definitely appreciate that. But that was fun. He was so funny. He was cracking the ladies up in the down on his feet. But yeah, he probably will only go there with me, to be honest. Or one of my sisters. But
did he enjoy it though? What was he like about his feet after? I feel brand new.
He's like, I just got 50 years shaved off my feet. And I was like, well, that's a very well-needed shave at that. He's never had the bottoms of his feet. But you watch all these gang members go get a pedicure, and we love to see it. We love to see it.
Hey, solid, my brother. I've got a couple of quick questions before we do get out of here, if that's all right.
Yeah.
All right. If you could have one kai for the rest of your life, what do you choose? One meal.
Probably chicken fettuccine.
Oh, yeah. Made with a specific person that makes it yourself, or from a restaurant, or
my auntie makes it, but probably restaurant. I don't know how to make it.
Her one
restaurant. Her one is
restaurant.
Love my auntie's fettuccine.
Yeah, can we shout out to Auntie's fettuccine? If you could have one superpower, which one do you choose and why?
Probably telekinesis, because I like to think I'm mentally strong, I'm mentally powerful. And I've always wanted to... I mean, I was obsessed with Jean Grey. So being able to control things with my mind would be amazing.
Yeah. So more to control the things than knowing what everyone thinks.
The control.
Yeah.
Physically moving with my mind.
Yeah, that's gangster. Because imagine fucking knowing what everyone thinks. Yeah, I wouldn't know if I can hear that.
Yeah.
All the time. Yeah, for sure. Give us a visualization 10 years from now. What's life like for Tuhira Wana, the new gag?
Well, I'll say that here right now.
You're going to be famous?
I'm going to be a public figure for sure.
Yep.
By 10 years' time, I would have had a very well established and built brand. By then, I would have a sunglasses business, a travel bag business, and a business. I would also be probably living somewhere. I want to say maybe somewhere. I'm going to be living somewhere that's not New Zealand or Australia.
Okay.
And I'm going to be famous.
Yeah. But what for? Not sure, eh? Just being Tuhira Wana, being the new gag.
Whether it's comedic, I do everything. I'm funny. I'm an actress. I'm a prostitute. Nah, jokes. I can do anything.
Because prostitutes get paid, cuz. No, let's get that's it, brother. Give us 5 top travel destinations that you want to hit in your life. I guess bucket list ones, just off the top.
Well, I have 5 already in the next 2 years. Bali, London, Thailand, Croatia, basically all of Europe, Croatia specifically, and also
Croatia's beautiful, man.
South Africa.
Ooh, South Africa.
I'm gonna go on a safari.
Oh, okay. And why London? You gonna go get the land back or what? No.
By the man, nah.
Oh yeah.
I'm going there because Nicki Minaj is going there in July.
Oh, okay. So
yeah,
Nicki. Okay. Well, Nicki Minaj. Speaking on that, who's your top 5 favorite artists of all time and any genre?
Of all time, any genre, I'm definitely a female rap kind of gal. So Nicki Minaj, number 1, top. Love YG, love Chris Brown, Doja Cat, and probably Cardi B, to be honest.
Do you think Cardi B, not even just the music, like the character? Like,
I love her character. I've followed her since before she was since before she was even a musician. Yeah. I've loved her content. She's got so much. She's just so funny. She's crack up.
Yeah. To any up and coming content creators, do you have any advice to them?
Stay consistent.
They might not even be young. They might be old too. Whatever. Just new, young in the game.
I would say, be authentic and relatable. Stay consistent, and being a content creator comes with a lot of judgment. So learning to filter that judgment out and the negativity out would be good, because, well, obviously it'll be detrimental to your mental health, but you can't let people judge you, and you can't let people judge you and get away with it, because you just have to continue being your authentic self, basically. That's what I would say.
Love it. All right, and one last one, brother. One piece of advice for anybody that might be in your situation. They might be gay, but then, like, I don't know, maybe they don't have the support of a family like you did. What would you say to them?
I would tell them, if they don't have the support of the people around them, then those people don't deserve to be in your life. So in order for you to grow and fully be confident in who you are, you need to let them go, and you need to find your people, and you need to find the people that make you better. Yeah.
Hey, appreciate you, my brother. Well, time's the most valuable commodity we have as human beings, Kazi. The one thing we can never get back, we can always get back money, we can always get back things, but time spent is time lost. So thank you for sharing your time with me and anybody that listens to this for years to come, brother. I appreciate it. And whenever you get back to Perth City, maybe we'll go for a bit of a kai or something, go for a chicken fettuccine.
For sure.
And before we do go, because the one that put me onto you is my baby mama. Can we get a quick shout out to baby mama before we roll out of here too?
Shout out to baby mama. What's baby mama's name?
I don't think she wants it out there, but we'll just say
we'll
just say Tay, brother. We'll just say that.
Shout out to Tay. Love you. Period.
Yeah, that's it. But I appreciate that, cuz. Man, and success to you on the journey, eh? Thank you so much for watching this full episode of Mind the Mic. It takes a lot of time, energy, and effort to create these episodes. So to know that you've watched and listened to the entire thing means the world to myself and all our hosts. If you could, before you leave, please hit the subscribe button and share this episode out to as many people as possible. It would help us so much. Thank you again to everybody that's still here, still watching. Thank you for all your comments, all your shares, all the DMs. Appreciate you all. Make sure you follow us on every platform. Have an awesome morning. Have an awesome night, depending on where you are in the world. Mind the mic out.
Oi, have you hit the link in bio yet?
Watch full episodes on YouTube or listen on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and all streaming platforms.